Heyo, my Planet Coaster friends, Johnny5 Alive here, and welcome back to the Coaster Contest. We're on the final stretch here. We have 10 more episodes to go until the Coaster Contest wraps up. Our first of 4 amazing creations here today goes to Meltdown Mountain, created by RunningPsycho, a builder, and here they say, it's summertime, which not really so much anymore. We're dragging it out. Only means one thing, it's perfect time to eat ice cream. You decide to take a tour of the world's most famous ice cream factory, nestled deep within the Waffle Cone Canyon, where they have built an ice cream paradise. Unfortunately, the summer heat has become too much for the factory to keep all the frozen treats cold, and everything starts to melt around you. Your tour vehicle takes an emergency exit, launching out of the ice cream sundae mountain, where you have to go dodge and weave between all the melty frozen treats. I hope you enjoy this blueprint. I had a lot of fun trying to create this world and story along with all the ice cream treats made mostly out of basic shape art. Any feedback would be greatly appreciated. I hope you enjoy my creation. All right, this sounds like a lot of fun. Let's check it out. Holy freaking Toledos. This is a lot of fun. Coaster's really nice and smooth from the track view POV as well. Let's pop out and take a look at all this amazing artistry. I saw a few things that I want to take a closer look at. And by the way, what the heck is that alarm sound? It sounds like a dying dinosaur. Wah! 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 Whoa, the Waffle Cone Warehouse. Look at this amazing composition. I like how you have this nice path network going all the way through the blueprint. Look at that. Oh, I guess you have like kind of like multiple entrances that you can do here. I like that. It fits into the park nicely. Look at this. So much basic shape art, a cherry on top. I mean, this looks delicious. Never start recording when you're hungry. What were you thinking, Johnny? It's early hours of the morning though. I usually just drink coffee and wait 4 hours until lunch. And that's when I have my first meal. Oh my goodness, though. This is so cool. Now, I saw something with the... Yes, this. Look at this. That's so cool. They're just rotating around, but it looks like it's streaming down. That is such a nice touch. Really, really like that. It's all melting out. The whole factory has warmed up, and the ice cream is melting. Ice cream sandwiches. I mean, this is truly an incredible amount of ice cream and amazing basic shape art. What is your favorite type of ice cream? Put it down in the comments below. I'm gonna have to go with anything that's like chocolatey or has some sort of peanut butter in it. But they don't make ice cream like they used to. They used to have like Reese's ice cream and different types of peanut butter ice cream. They would have like the peanut butter in the ice cream, and now they do the cups. The problem with chocolate in ice cream is frozen chocolate's kind of waxy, and it's not fun to chew on. I prefer just like, you know, peanut butter. Anyways. Peanut butter's my favorite. My goodness. This is amazing. It has a beautiful composition. It has a nice footprint. It looks like it goes into a park quite nicely with the pathing there. I don't really have any feedback for you. The coaster from the POV of the track view was really quite nice as well. So I think you did a fantastic job. Really great queue, really great artistry, great setup, great footprint, great composition. I think this is a really strong contender considering you're in the builder bracket, which is the lowest bracket in the community. You're brand new, and I think you have pretty high odds of placing somewhere in the top. However, your bracket has been pretty stacked, I will say. A lot of these new builders haven't really proven themselves, and they do it through these contests, and they rank up quite quickly as a result. Yeah, it's quite interesting. But what I may consider doing when this contest concludes is I might do an unranked versus builder bracket, separate them, because we did track the unranked builders for this contest. But yeah, this was phenomenal. Really great way to kick off the episode is RunningPsycho. Great job. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, is Big Dipper Modern Boardwalk, created by Rotation, a builder, also brand new to this community. And here they say, modern boardwalk / pier roller coaster, paying homage to an older coaster that burned down in a fire. And that's it. That's all they say. Let's go check it out. All right, a short but sweet, classic, traditional wooden roller coaster layout. You said homage to an older coaster that burned down in a fire. I don't know which one you're referring to. Maybe you guys can help me out in the comments. The guests are not getting off correctly. That is unfortunate. We're gonna close it down as a result and free these poor souls. Wait, I deleted the path. Hello? I didn't quite delete the path. Here we go. I think I crashed the game. Paths. Delete. You are free. Maybe? No. Well, oh, there they go. Okay. Yeah, you definitely had some pathing issues. The guests were walking straight through here, going up and floating through the air, and then they can't get off the ride either. So definitely work that kind of stuff out for the future, for sure. I know pathing can be a little bit tricky in this game, but it looks like you had a pretty decent setup here for that to all work out. I actually quite like the coaster layout. It's similar to the Vancouver Playland coaster, wooden coaster layout and feel, kind of reminiscent of that. One of my local theme parks growing up. Yeah, I quite like that. And I mean, it's simple. It's a little bit on the plain side. It might not be winning any coaster contests, but you know, you That's the fun about expressing yourself in these contests. You wanted to make a traditional wooden coaster layout, paying homage to a particular one that you had in mind. Yeah, I think that's okay. I just would say make sure that you got it all set up perfectly. Maybe think about whatever other elements you can add in terms of like fencing and path work. Maybe you could add some midway games or something to this pier, this boardwalk area. You know, you could definitely dress up that considering how many pieces you have left. And just push it up a little bit more. But overall, a pretty solid effort from a brand new member to this community with rotation. Do not recognize the name, so welcome, welcome. Good to see you building. All right, let's jump over to the next creation. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, next up is Expedition Relics of the Sun by Mr. Jinty. And it also says Sunspire Beach here. And here they say, "Heya, welcome to Sunspire Beach, a beautiful beach right next to the mysterious mountain. Ranger Casper and his accomplice, Quacky, have traveled to this beach to unravel the mystery that lies within the mountains. Do you dare to take an adventure and find out what this beach has to hide? Greetings, Mr. Jinty / mrijntje." Okay, very, very fun. Let's check this out. All right, seems like the description is a lot shorter for what the queue has to offer. This is adorable. Oh, we're finding relics for the bird. 4 relics, not 5. Then the island comes to life. Okay, prepare to enter the vehicle. We're going on an adventure to find some relics. Oh, you've done something interesting with this cart as well. Yeah, look at that. Here's the test results if you'd like to see them. And it looks like we have a grabber on the front. Are we going to actually be grabbing things? First person doesn't seem to work all that well because of that grabber and the way you've done the cart. Maybe, let us know what the preferred viewing seat is. That's definitely the first relic. Oh, look at that. You turn it. Neato. Okay. I like this. Booby traps? This is kind of neat. There's another relic. It kind of gives me like the old school Nintendo game vibes, like a Mario game or what's that game called? Banjo-Kazooie, right? We got the little animals and we're looking for relics and stuff, doing little puzzles with our little tool. Yeah. Very cool. Great use of the animatronics here. Neato. Oh, what do we got going on in here? Oh, nice control there. Looking inward, it's a gigantic hand from the looks of things. And we also have guest hands in our way. Yeah, I definitely would have lowered the little lap bar on the front there of the car so we could see a bit better. That's okay. I wasn't really paying attention. Was how many relics did we collect? It's got a really nice environment. Now, this definitely is not really one we can do at night because most of the experience is indoor at night anyways. Look at these cute birdies. They're like little plankton friends. They're adorable. All right, I like it. Quite a fun little adventure story. You came up with your own little character here. Did something fun with the mechanisms. Some fun on-ride photos. I think you should have done pictures of us catching the relics or something. But look at this. This is quite nice. It definitely gives me like a Nintendo video game vibes. Like I said, it gives me Banjo-Kazooie vibes or something. It's very fun. You like you have this little character, you have a mechanism, you have a game here that we're playing. It's fun. It's really, really cool. Like I said, other than like the lap bar being in our way and not being able to see too much and having to do it in guest view like that, being a little bit of an issue, generally speaking, I think it was very interesting how you use the animatronics, the gizmos, and all of that throughout the experience, and did a little bit of a dark ride. I think it's very unique. It stands out. We haven't seen anything quite like it yet in Planet Coaster 2. Pretty awesome. Hats off to you. And I really like you did the tropical theme from Planet Coaster 2, but you put a spin on it, right? And it doesn't feel out of the box tropical. It feels different than what we're used to seeing. It doesn't have that resortiness, and I like it. I like it a lot. Very, very strong creation here by Mr. Ginty, an expert builder in this community. Great job on this. Amazing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to our very last creation of the day. This is the California Coast, created by Tara the Ref, a fellow bard in this community. And here they say, I was inspired by my summer beach trips and travels up and down the California coast growing up. This began with the idea of a boardwalk park like Santa Cruz, Belmont, and Pacific Park. I also wanted to tribute Marina Park, a small local beach in Ventura with a pirate ship on the beach. From there, I decided to recreate many of the coastal landmarks, including the Pirate Tower at Laguna Beach, Mount Tamalpais, and Alamare Falls, Ray's Lighthouse, Lone Cypress at Carmel, Midway Falls, and Pitkins Curve Tunnel in Big Sur, Glass Beach featuring Bragg, and 2 Tree Hill in Ventura. The beach area contains nods to Carpinteria, Newport Beach Sculpture Garden, the Rock Spit at Doheny, the Long Beach Harbor Tour at Port of Calls, and Morro Rock. The restaurant was inspired by Ruby's at Huntington Beach Pier. My coaster concept was simple, but slightly insane. What if a vintage wooden coaster like the Giant Dipper were built on the scale of a modern El Toro? I hope you enjoy this tribute to the beautiful coast of California in coastal form. Holy moly, that is a lot of landmarks that I have never seen before. Never been to California, so hopefully all of you Californians enjoy this one. Woo! All right, let's talk about it. Holy good googly moogly. Okay, I like a lot of what's going on here, but I definitely feel like there should be a little bit more refinement with the coaster. So that is like a massive lift. We haven't seen a humongous wooden exploration coaster yet in this contest, I don't think, but that is quite the lift hill on that. And with that being said, I think some of your coaster elements are too short and small of a track length for the speed that the coaster has coming into it. So I would definitely bring this up a lot higher and bank it way more inward. And then like this hill here, I think everyone would have lost their necks. So if it does come all the way up, I would just also bring it, this basically shouldn't be a bunny hill. It should just be another large hill. And with that being said, the banking turns and the curviness needs to be stretched out a little bit more to compensate for the speed that the coaster has. With that all being said, I think had you nailed that part, getting the segments just right, I think it's very fun, explorative area. It has this good look to it. It was kind of like immersed. I like the viewpoints and how we navigate through this coastal beach of the California. Fun pier, you have like a little dark ride as well over here. A haunted castle. I don't know if I should be riding this. I guess not. It's just there for show. I say all this is very nice. I would have I think it serves nice as a part of the introduction while reading your description. I did miss the entrance. It's a little bit hard to spot. I was kind of hoping it would be here with a more I was looking at that kind of thinking, okay, that might be like a big grand entrance. The grand carousel has a much more grand entrance than our coaster. So I would have liked to see something done up with that, as well as the interior of the queue with all the fun vintage stuff you got going on. Like with the, yeah, I just like feel like you have a lot of fun theming out here. Why not include some of that inside of this building here? Overall, though, I think, you know, you have a lot of really good elements, and all of these little pieces are, as you said in your description, landmarks from around California. And I think that's a fun concept to play around with. And maybe we could have explored them a little bit slower had we stretched that coaster out a little bit more, or maybe just made a smaller lift to slow down the speed of that coaster, because we just ripped by all those landmarks in a hot second. But it's very, very fun, Tara. I really, really like it overall. I think it's a strong effort, so keep on keeping on, Tara the Ref. Some pretty good creations here. Also, a lot of newer builders as well. And I gotta say, for a brand new builder here with this ice cream sundae one here, Meltdown Mountain, I think you're the star of the episode here today. This was absolutely fantastic, and I definitely can't wait to see what you're doing next. And I really, really like the ingenuity and fun creativeness of this fun little mini game here today by Mr. Ginty as well. Some very fun stuff here today, you guys. What did you guys think? Fire away down in the comments below, and that is going to do it for us in the today's episode of the coaster contest. I want to give an additional shout out to all of our supporters for keeping the dream alive. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show, and that is going to conclude it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye now.